Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, this is FMF Gaming, welcoming you to Season 2, Episode 1 of Prestige Worldwide. Yes, we are here for the new season, ladies and gentlemen, as we start off with Christian Stokes versus Diego. And this is a number one contenders match. This match will see who will be the next one to face Ryan Starr for the United States Championship, ladies and gentlemen. Both these men have been working hard and deserve a chance, but only one can go to overdrive and face Ryan Starr. So we will see who that will be. And here comes Christian Stokes, and he is ready to go, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm pretty sure that Diego will be ready to go as well. And as you see in Season 2, ladies and gentlemen, we have changed our arena. I know you're not getting a good look at it right now, but you will see it, ladies and gentlemen. You see the ring has changed. We moved away from the black and white, and we moved away from the regular looking arena. We thought that this would be better for you, ladies and gentlemen. We hope that you do like it. The boss man will be out here at Season 2 to give us a couple of words, but not in this episode, ladies and gentlemen. Maybe in the next episode, the boss man will come out and talk to us, but we will wait for that. But all of these matches tonight are contenders matches, ladies and gentlemen, to see who will be the next ones going to face the champion for the title, except our main event, ladies and gentlemen. Now, if you listened and you watched Collision, you heard that King JD, he did earn, well, he didn't earn it because he cheated, but he did get a title shot for Bayley's hardcore title. But the boss threw in an extra stipulation, which will be our main event tonight. He will be going against Eddie Gacy, who will be debuting a new attire and a new kind of name. He still will be called Eddie Gacy for right now, but he calls himself the Silent Slaughter. We will see that tonight. And he will be facing King JD. Now, if King JD wins, it'll just be him and Bayley. But if he loses, the Silent Slaughter will be added to the match, and it will become a three-way, which still in that way, Bayley will have a couple of match choices to make before they go into overdrive. But like it was said before, King JD wasn't even going to get the title match if it was up to James Turner, but James Turner put it in the hands of Bayley, and Bayley, being a fighting champion, said bring him on, but James Turner could not just give King JD this match without this is his form of punishment, putting King JD up against the Silent Slaughter. And it will be in what we have come to call, we are coming to call it a Nightfalls match. Now, it'll still have all our lights on. The Nightfall match is nothing pretty much but a fully, it will be a fully First Blood match. That's pretty much what a Nightfall match is. It's nothing special really, but Eddie Gacy, he is a special at this match, and he just wants to call it his match. Now, also, speaking of Eddie Gacy, he will be coming out with a championship that says the Nightfall Champion. That is not an actual Prestige Worldwide Championship, ladies and gentlemen, but the boss said he will allow him to wear it. But just consider that is not an actual title that people can face him for. But he, like I said, he is more than welcome to wear it down to the ring, ladies and gentlemen. But you see right here, Christian Stokes is trying to go to work on Diego. He wants this chance at becoming the United States Championship, because like we say in the business, if you're not working towards being a champion, then what are you doing here anyway? So yes, and that is our saying here at Prestige Worldwide. Again, ladies and gentlemen, we hope that you like the new vibe of the arena. It looked like Christian Stokes tried to throw him into the stairs, but it did not work. But now Christian Stokes throwing Diego back into the ring, and Christian Stokes is desperately trying to get this win. Oh, and he busts Diego open. Now going for the pin, as you see Christian Stokes' wife on the side of the ring, pumping him up. Unfortunately, she is not in a contenders match today, but I'm pretty sure that she will continue to work her way up to get herself into contention. But also, the women's match today is not a contenders match because, as you know, Mercedes Rossi is already the #1 contender, but she is facing Brooke Lynn today. And if she gets defeated by Brooke Lynn, just like in the King JD and Bailey situation, Brooke Lynn will insert herself into that match, ladies and gentlemen. Now, over to our partners in RSKY. They have a few surprises coming up for you too, but also they're starting their season 2. And why this is being mentioned is because the briefcase holders from Paid in Full will have to cash in at their next pay-per-view. There is no choice about it. If they don't cash in, they just lose their briefcases. So that means that the Young Prince and that I forgot who was the women's winner, but they both have to cash in by RSKY next pay-per-view. And Diego going for the pin 1, 2, and 3, and Diego is going to face Ryan Starr for the United States Championship. Here is your winner at Overdrive, ladies and gentlemen. Again, welcome to season 2 of Prestige Worldwide Unleashed. And here you have Diego celebrating his victory, ladies and gentlemen. And look at the blood still trickling off his head to show the fight that he put in. Now, here is the women's match. Brooke Lynn versus Mercedes Rossi. And we will see who will come out victorious here. Like I said, Mercedes is already guaranteed a match against Trixie at Overdrive, but is Brooke Lynn going to worm her way into the match? We are going to see, ladies and gentlemen. Here comes Brooke Lynn making her way down from Brooklyn, named Brooke Lynn. Let's go. So yes, ladies and gentlemen, if Brooke Lynn wins here against Mercedes Rossi, she inserts herself into the women's championship. So we will see if she can get that going into the next pay-per-view, which our next pay-per-view for Prestige Worldwide will be. I'm losing it, ladies and gentlemen. I apologize, but it will be Overdrive. So we will see if she can go into Overdrive and take a victory and become the women's champion, or will Trixie walk out and leave champion. We see Trixie already compete in a 3-way in Collision, and Trixie did walk out victorious, ladies and gentlemen. Shout outs to Trixie for that. She did not play any games in that match, but here is her #1 contender for sure. Win or lose, this woman is in the match. She is going to be going for that women's championship without a doubt, ladies and gentlemen. Here is the sister of the next, well, according to them, the next tag team champions up, the Click. And I'm not sure about what she is doing with her and Brandon. I don't know where their relationship is, but from what I understand, she is still the girlfriend of Brandon Cuevas. So Mercedes Rossi trying to get back into that power couple scene, and she wants to get this belt. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's see what is about to happen between these two ladies. And they start off locked up. Now, Mercedes Rossi, obviously with the more of the power advantage, but let's see, that never stops Brooklyn before. So let's see what she can do in this match. Is she going to let that stop her? Is that going to overcome her? Mercedes Rossi now using some of that strength, holding on to Brooklyn, now rolling her over for the pin, getting a 1 count, but not really. Now Brooklyn reversing the pin and not getting the counts either. Brooklyn showing off her strength as she lifts up Mercedes and tosses her, ladies and gentlemen. Brooklyn with the kick to the knee, and she is now trying to work on the leg, which is a smart move by Brooklyn, ladies and gentlemen. It is a smart move by Brooklyn to try to take out the legs of Mercedes, because even with all that power, if your legs are hurt, there is no way you are lifting someone. Now Brooklyn taunting, and you know what we say about taunting, ladies and gentlemen, that just gives your opponent, you know, time to come back. But Brooklyn does not have to worry about that as she kicks Mercedes Rossi over. And now the ref starting to count Brooklyn off the top rope, and what a move by Brooklyn, ladies and gentlemen. She is on a roll, ladies and gentlemen. And here we go. Mercedes back up. Brooklyn climbing back up. Oh, I thought she was climbing up, but she's now taking this time to taunt. As Mercedes gets in, Brooklyn quickly on the attack. This woman, oh my goodness, and what a slam by Brooklyn. She is really wanting this title opportunity. She wants to be in that match with Mercedes and Trixie, but Mercedes now going back off, showing the power that she holds, ladies and gentlemen. Now she's off the rope, and with a splash by Mercedes Rossi. Mercedes now attacking the head of Brooklyn, ladies and gentlemen. What a move by Mercedes Rossi. What does she have planned here? Oh, now Mercedes going for, oh my goodness, the submission up top, but Brooklyn is already fighting out of it. Brooklyn going for a clothesline, but Mercedes quickly dodges it, tosses Brooklyn. She was trying to toss her into the rope, but hit the ref. The ref just caused Mercedes a move, and Mercedes, oh my goodness, what a move by Brooklyn as she goes for the pin. Only a 1 count from that. Mercedes runs outside, and Brooklyn now taking time to taunt and getting caught. Oh, what a spine buster by Mercedes as she goes for the pin. 1, and only a 1 count. It seems like Brooklyn now, what does she have planned? But oh no, Mercedes. Look at the power of Mercedes Rossi. And this is crazy because, you know, this is what you got to believe. This is what Brandon loves about Mercedes Rossi. You know, she is still, you know, a very beautiful woman, but she is very strong. You cannot deny that. Mercedes Rossi now trying to take over this match. She is trying to make sure Brooklyn does not show up at Overdrive at all, ladies and gentlemen. Mercedes now, oh my goodness. And she hits her with the move and gets back into the ring and lets the ref count. Now Mercedes talking her trash, ladies and gentlemen. And the ref is still counting, but Brooke Lynn is still getting up. Brooke Lynn now getting back in the ring and just into the arms of Mercedes, but no, Brooke Lynn, what does she have here, ladies and gentlemen? Oh, she drops Mercedes on her head, ladies and gentlemen, as she goes for the pin. 1, 2, and Brooke Lynn cannot believe she did not get the win. But now it looks like she has something else set up off of the rope, and what a DDT. Ladies and gentlemen, now Brooke Lynn going up to the top rope, ladies and gentlemen, with a splash of her own, now rolling Mercedes over, and now going for the pin. 1, 2, and only a 2 count, ladies and gentlemen. And now Brooke Lynn showing off her power as she tosses Mercedes across the ring. And she is really putting in that work on Mercedes. That is wild. It looked like she was trying to go for a submission or something, but Mercedes said, no, you don't. Now Mercedes going out of the ring. Mercedes climbing to the top of the rope. Oh, and Mercedes with a move now as she goes for the pin, ladies and gentlemen. Only a 1 count. Neither one of these ladies seems to be able to get more than just a 1 count. And believe me, they are going to try to do all they can as they are trying to make it a memorable season 2 for themselves. And what better way to start off season 2 than to, oh my goodness, and what a move by Brooke Lynn, but what a better way to start season 2 than to start off with a championship. And here Brooke Lynn, oh my goodness, and 1, 2, 3, and Brooke Lynn takes the victory, ladies and gentlemen. She is going to overdrive, and now the match is now a 3-way between Brooke Lynn, Mercedes Rossi, and the women's champion Trixie. We will see who will walk out of that victorious. I know Brooke Lynn is just excited to be in the match, ladies and gentlemen, and we are excited for her. And with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Go ahead and check out One King Entertainment, Lady of Mischief Wrestling, Bailey Gaming, Thrill Zone Inc., Unstoppable Madness Wrestling, which is now no longer Unstoppable Madness Wrestling, but Ring of Glory, Honor Extreme Wrestling, HEW, Sergio of ESW, and Thriller. All great channels for all great content. Go ahead and check out, if you're into the GTA, check out Gaming with Quint. That's again Gaming with Quint. Also check out Life of Bless on TikTok. That's Life of Bless. The Bless is spelled BLXSS, ladies and gentlemen, BLXSS. And also, stick around this channel because we do bring you guys
on the way to the ring,
actual GTA lives. We had one earlier today, but we did get a strike for it, ladies and gentlemen. So, but do stick around. We are having more lives coming soon. And also, check out GPN Gaming. If you haven't, just go over there, drop a like, drop a comment, and subscribe to the channel. Give him as much love as you can, ladies and gentlemen. But here we have the tag team match going on. We're going to see if the Golden Boys can put themselves in the match with the Click and Psycho Circus. So that's what this match is for. The Click coming out the #1 contenders to the Prestige Worldwide Tag Team Champions. As you know, in Collision, the champions did lose to TDW champion, but technically, if we want to be technical about it, ladies and gentlemen,
and their opponents at a combined weight of 503 pounds, Travis Rossi.
If you want to be technical about it,
and Cameron Rossi, the Click.
They didn't really lose because they weren't the ones pinned. So technically, you know, we cannot say that they lost. But here we have the #1 contenders trying to keep themselves in a singles match against the Click. Well, the Click is only trying to give themselves a singles competition over the Click is trying to give themselves, making sure it's a singles competition over. Oh, he's going for the pin, ladies and gentlemen. 1, 2, 3. And the Click with a quick roll-up win as they keep it a singles competition between them and Psycho Circus. So at Overdrive, it will be the Click versus Psycho Circus, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my goodness. And now we head to the main event, ladies and gentlemen, which will be King JD versus Eddie Gacy. So we'll see what this one hits for, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, and here comes King JD off of his victory over Bailey. Like I said, the boss said it was controversial, so this is kind of his punishment. He's making it a 3-way. If Eddie Gacy's win, it becomes a 3-way. But so we'll see what happens there for and this is all headed for the hardcore title that is held by Bailey, ladies and gentlemen. But also to let you guys know, even if Eddie Gacy is added to the match, ladies and gentlemen, this match is not only for the title. If Bailey wins, King JD will have to change his entrance. And if King JD wins, Bailey will have to change his entrance. So we'll see how that goes, ladies and gentlemen. And as I stated before, ladies and gentlemen, this man coming out, Eddie Gacy, now known as the Silent Stalker, or I forgot his actual name, but as he walks out, the Silent Slaughter is what he calls himself now. This is a new look for Eddie Gacy. But as you see, he comes out with that Nightfall Championship. That is not an actual championship, ladies and gentlemen. That is not an actual, but it is not a championship that you can actually go for, ladies and gentlemen. So if he wins the hardcore title, he will not be able to wear this title out anymore. Not until he loses the hardcore title. The boss does not want people to think that he can challenge for this title, but the boss did allow Eddie Gacy to wear it It's called the Nightfall Championship. And you see that this match, like I said, is just basically a first blood match, but we call it the Nightfalls match, and this is what these two men are going for. Now, King JD coming out of the start of the match strong, but he just has to realize that he is in there with a bigger man, and maybe trying to go out and use brutal force is not going to work against Eddie Gacy. Especially with this new persona of Eddie Gacy's. I think this makes, the look and everything is just more dangerous. So everybody needs to be aware of this. Still wearing a mask. Eddie Gacy off of the, oh my goodness. Now going to work on King JD now. Oh, grabbing the shovel. Oh, he throws it and hits him in the head. Now what, a leg drop. The silent slaughter. Oh, what is he calling for here, ladies and gentlemen? Oh, now he's just taunting. He's not even using the choke slam. He thought that's what he was about to do, but now dropping King JD face first into the turnbuckle. He knows exactly what he is doing. He is doing anything he needs to do to get he's doing anything that he needs to do to try to get the victory. But King JD is always going to fight back, ladies and gentlemen. But that does not stop Eddie Gacy from showing his dominance in this match. As now he lifts up King JD, but King JD with the reversal. Now off of the rope, and oh, what a move by King JD. While Eddie Gacy was trying to get up, but now Eddie Gacy pushing King JD off, and look at the look in Eddie Gacy's face. Now King JD trying to go for a strike, and look at the moves by Eddie Gacy now. What does he have planned here? Oh, out of the book of The Undertaker, it looked like he's planning a little old school. Now back with the shovel, and he is going to work now with the shovel. Now taunting a little bit, but still continuing to strike King JD with the shovel. Now telling King JD to get up now. And still not planning to hit him with the chokeslam, but oh my goodness, and what a move by the Silent Slaughter as King JD now is rolling out of the ring, ladies and gentlemen. This match is going to be a doozy as the Silent Slaughter has him up and dropping him with the power slam, ladies and gentlemen. Now throwing him back into the ring, stepping over the ropes, and what does he have planned here? Striking King JD, but King JD now off the rope, and I don't know what he thought he was doing there, ladies and gentlemen, because he was not going to get the victory with that move. I mean, he could have if he would have hit it, but he obviously missed. But now, what a strike, putting Eddie Gacy down. King JD now attacking Eddie Gacy with the shovel, which is a smart thing. Get that man, try to hurt him as much as you can. Now King JD with a kick to the face, lifting Eddie Gacy up. Oh, now working the stomach, it seems like, of Eddie Gacy. But missing the cutter off of the ropes. King JD back up, and double foot stomp, and Eddie Gacy crawling to the corner, ladies and gentlemen. King JD is on a roll, and he needs to stay on it, ladies and gentlemen, because if he lets up at one moment, that can cost him the entire match. But now landing onto the outside, ladies and gentlemen, King JD and the Silent Slaughter. And oh my goodness, King JD pulling weapons. Oh, now King JD having something planned here. He is trying to get this victory, ladies and gentlemen, but the Silent Slaughter gets right back up, ladies and gentlemen. And what does he have planned here? Oh, hanging King JD over the ropes, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, now going for another. Oh, and he busts him open, ladies and gentlemen. That is the match. The Silent Slaughter is added to the hardcore title match, ladies and gentlemen. So it is now a 3-way. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for checking out. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. This is FMF Gaming, and I am out.